Why is no one talking about this? In a move sparking outrage among activists and human rights organizations, Iraq's parliament passed a series of controversial laws, including amendments to the country's personal status law that many fear could effectively legalize child marriage. This shocking development is raising serious concerns about the future of women's and girls' rights in Iraq. The amendments grant Islamic courts greater authority over family matters such as marriage, divorce, and inheritance, undermining the protections enshrined in Iraq's 1959 personal status law. That landmark law had unified family legal codes and provided safeguards for women, including setting the minimum age for marriage at 18 in most cases. But with these new changes, clerics are empowered to interpret Islamic law, which, in some cases, permits the marriage of girls as young as 9 under the Jafari school of thought followed by many Shiite religious leaders in Iraq. Activists are sounding the alarm about the devastating consequences for girls, who could be forced into early marriages and denied their childhood and basic rights. Conservative Shiite lawmakers, who championed the amendments, argue that the changes align Iraq's laws with Islamic principles and reduce what they see as Western cultural influence. However, critics warn that this move threatens decades of progress in securing basic rights for women and girls. Intisar al-Mayali, a human rights activist and member of the Iraqi Women's League, expressed outrage, saying, "This will leave disastrous effects on the rights of women and girls, through the marriage of girls at an early age, which violates their right to life as children, and will disrupt the protection mechanisms for divorce, custody, and inheritance for women." The amendments were passed alongside 2 other controversial laws, a general amnesty law perceived as benefiting Sunni detainees and individuals involved in corruption, and a land restitution law aimed at addressing Kurdish territorial claims. By bundling all 3 laws into a single vote, Parliament forced lawmakers to take a collective stance, creating confusion and dissatisfaction. Several legislators have since complained about the chaotic voting process, with accusations of procedural violations and claims that the legal quorum was not met. Some lawmakers protested loudly, and others climbed onto the parliamentary podium in frustration. The passage of these laws, especially the amendments to the personal status law, has left many questioning the international community's silence. The potential for child marriage to become more widespread in Iraq is not just a women's issue, it's a human rights crisis. Girls forced into early marriages often face physical and emotional abuse, health risks from early pregnancies, and limited access to education and economic opportunities. For years, Iraqi women have fought to protect their rights, but this recent development threatens to undo decades of progress. As Intisar al-Mayali noted, these amendments will have long-lasting and devastating effects on the lives of millions of women and girls. Despite the significance of this issue, global attention remains minimal. Why isn't the international community speaking out? Where are the voices condemning this blatant attack on women's and girls' rights? As the world focuses on other headlines, Iraqi girls are at risk of losing their childhoods, their education, and their futures. It's time to ask why this issue isn't being talked about more widely and demand accountability for the leaders pushing these regressive changes. Let's not stay silent. The rights of Iraq's women and girls depend on it.